We want to keep a range of schools. We must invest in our state schools. It's equally important that we offer different types of schools. We believe in free schools, grammar schools, private, independent schools, because it's about the needs of the pupil, and perhaps one style of school may not be most appropriate for some pupils. We would abolish SATs testing at 7 years old. We think that's just too much for youngsters. Teaching staff can very capably sort of assess where someone is.
UKIP are in favour of a wide range of schools. That includes free schools. In terms of religious schools, really what we think is that religious schools are okay, but they shouldn't go against the feelings of society. I mean, they should be inclusive.
But as a parliamentary candidate standing in the election, I have completed many hustings, media interviews, and had much stuff printed about me, not just info on my party politics, but what makes me tick personally. Great to see some church communities arranging hustings, and is that hustings or hostings? I've never heard of that word before.
Is it? I think it's a forum for people to listen to the candidates.
Oh, well, that's a good point. And inviting many candidates. Good point, Mark. I find such hustings are often the most pleasant and brings out the toughest questions, often on subjects of morality, ethics, faith, etc.
It's about the fear of privatisation of the NHS. It's the cruel under-occupancy charge that people, we want to see that go. UKIP would scrap it. Right. It's about housing, because there's a big issue in Coventry about Greenbelt and a proposed local housing development. Right. 0 hours contracts. It's stuff like that. It's survival.
Sorry to stop you, but we have the Nuneaton declaration.
Declaration of result of poll for the election of a Member of Parliament for Nuneaton on Thursday, the 7th of May 2015.
This is one Labour certainly wanted to take, or thought they would take.
For the Nuneaton constituency, declare that the total number of votes given to each candidate was as follows. Victoria Nina Jane Fowler, Labour Party candidate, 15,945. Christina Rita Jebb, Liberal Democrats, 816. Marcus Charles Jones, the Conservative Party candidate, 20,000. $827. Keith Anthony Kondaka, Green Party, 1,281. Stephen James Paxton, English Democrats putting England first, 104. Paul Edward Riley, Trade Unionist and Socialist Coalition, 194. And Alwyn Waine, UK Independence Party UKIP, 6,582.
But similarly, North Warwickshire, their number one target, also stayed blue. Craig Tracy holding it for the Conservatives and extending their majority from 54 votes to nearly 3,000.
Throughout the night, UKIP often found themselves in third place, replacing the Liberal Democrats. Big increases in their share of the vote, but that never got translated into winning any seats.
So what did the man who took her seat have to say last night?
There's always a tide of politics, and sometimes it comes in and comes out. The moment it's in for me, it may go out at some point. I well know that.
1 in 6 people here voted for UKIP. Under a different voting system of proportional representation, UKIP would have ended up with 10 seats and the Greens 2.
It is so undeserving of UKIP to end up with one MP having generated approximately 4 million votes across the country.